Let's go! Today we're looking at a specific basket of altcoins, which may be a very lucrative opportunity here in the mid to short term. So today it is easy to look at the chart of Bitcoin and the altcoins as they are very volatile right now. But let's look outside of the box. Let's try to find an opportunity. So today we are going to look at a very specific sector of altcoins to start potentially pumping in the near future. So if you haven't heard, there's an announcement that Coinbase is officially going to become a publicly traded company through a direct listing on the Nasdaq stock exchange in the United States. While we do not talk very much about stocks on this channel, this is one time where an event in the world of stock trading will have a strong effect on the crypto markets. So of course, I will be sharing all the details with you and explaining the implications this Coinbase listing is going to have for the future of crypto exchanges in general. After that, I will also be sharing some of the best altcoins to buy in order to take advantage of the market movements that this Coinbase news could cause. Before I get started, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you do not miss out on any videos like this in the future. And also, before we go any further, I need to say, I am not endorsing any of these altcoins. I'm not recommending you to buy them. I am not a financial advisor. I'm simply giving you my thoughts on what I see in the markets right now. And I think that this is a bit of a different angle to approach the crypto markets to right now. So I am trying to always give you that alpha. So let's get straight into it. All right. So there have been rumors and discussions about Coinbase going public for a while. It was not confirmed by Coinbase themselves until December, and even then they did not announce exactly how or when it would be happening. However, we now know a lot more because just yesterday, the Form S-1 that Coinbase had confidentially filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission was published publicly, which is a very important step in the path towards a direct listing on Nasdaq, which is what Coinbase has stated they plan to do. This Form S-1 basically discloses the inner workings of the business side of Coinbase and includes things such as financials, plans for the future, risk assessments, salaries of executives, past performance, and of course much more. The form is actually extremely long and it has a lot of very juicy information, of course, but it consists of roughly 300 pages of in-depth information, so I will be sparing you the trouble of having to look through it yourself and sharing the highlights with you. To start off with the basics, Coinbase was profitable in 2020 with a revenue of $1.1 billion that resulted in a $322 million of profit. This is a big improvement from 2019 when the company posted a $30 million loss. Some other interesting statistics included in the form were that Coinbase has about 43 million registered retail users, 7,000 institutions using its services, and 115,000 ecosystem partners in more than 100 countries. At the end of 2020, 2.8 million of the retail users were transacting customers, meaning that they were actively using Coinbase. As you can see in this chart, however, Coinbase has seen a shift in where the majority of its volume comes from, as more and more of it is derived from institutional partners. Speaking of institutions, it has been known for a while that MicroStrategy purchased their Bitcoin through Coinbase agency OTC Desk. What was not known until more recently was that Tesla also made their purchase through Coinbase and that Coinbase prime brokerage arm services more than 5 Fortune 500 companies. So in other words, out of the 500 biggest companies, 5 of them are already using Coinbase. The most recent estimate for Coinbase value, as estimated through secondary market trading, is around $100 billion, up from a previous estimate of $77 billion. So while this is all interesting, and trust me, we are going to tie this together later on in this video, but some of you are probably wondering why it matters to people like us who invest in crypto. Well, this form has helped to reveal a much more accurate estimate of what Coinbase is worth as a company and how much money it makes. Using that information, estimates for the values of other exchanges can be made as well, even if they do not plan on going public. This not only applies to other centralized exchanges, but DEXs as well, and this is where it gets interesting. This is because Coinbase's revenue and profit are tied up very closely to the amount of volume transacted through their exchange. That means all it takes is a look at the volume of other exchanges to get a rough estimate of their value, and while other exchanges or DEXs do not have stock to buy, many of them do have tokens. Let me clarify right now that owning, say, BNB or FTT does not give you a fraction of ownership in Binance or FTX, but it does allow you to profit from growth in the exchange in a less direct way. DEX tokens, on the other hand, do in a sense represent ownership, at least in some cases where the token associated with the DEX is used in governance or allows the holders to receive a portion of the generated fees. To get some ideas about how other exchanges stack up against Coinbase, let's look at the exchange section of CoinGecko and sort them by volume. Because only Coinbase Pro volume is tracked by sites like CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap, we can get a rough estimate of the total daily volume for all of Coinbase's services by using the record day set for total volume in early January. On January 11th, Coinbase set a new high of $9.5 billion in daily volume. If we add that to the average 3 billion daily volume of Coinbase Pro, then we get $12.5 billion. Even with that estimate, you can see that while Coinbase would be near the top of the list, there are multiple other exchanges at similar volume levels. However, this does not show the full story, as many exchanges on this list also offer derivatives trading, which is something Coinbase does not do. If we look at the list of derivatives exchanges, then we can see the exchanges such as Binance, UOB, OKX, and Bybit, and a lot of others also, have more or about the same amount of volume. Even exchanges with less volume could present good opportunities when compared to the value of $100 billion that Coinbase has been given at its current levels of volume. So now that you understand the idea I am getting at, let's take a look at some exchange tokens which could actually be decent buying opportunities. Once again, let's head to CoinGecko and sort by exchange tokens. There is of course BNB, which we have talked about a lot recently because of its connection to the Binance Smart Chain. After BNB, we see Uniswap as the second largest exchange token. As I mentioned before, with DEXs, the token actually represents having a say in the future of the protocol, so DEX tokens could see even more upside than centralized exchange tokens. Some more evidence for that is that we see SNX, Sushi, Cake, and Rune all within the top 10 most valuable exchange tokens. On the centralized exchange side of things, there are OKB, HT, FTT, and Leo, which are the tokens for OKX, UOB, FTX, and Bitfinex. Another beneficial factor for the value of these tokens is that exchanges have been putting a stronger focus on giving them multiple use cases, such as decreasing fees, allowing them to be staked, and of course their use on other chains such as with BNB. As we move on, I would not be surprised to see more uses being created for these tokens to go along with those that already exist. There are two reasons for this. First, if a token has multiple use cases, it is less likely to be categorized by a security or as a security, which is something pretty much every exchange wants to avoid. And this is what I've been talking about with BNB as well. They are going to do everything they can to kind of expand the utility of the token to have it avoid being classified as a security. Secondly, exchanges want to stand out from their competition. And one way to do this is by making the token that represents them more attractive. Binance has been extremely successful at doing this with BSC or Binance Smart Chain, as we have all taken notice of, with a huge pump that pushed BNB into the top 5 largest cryptos after a long period of ranging sideways. So as I said, I'm not recommending anyone to buy these tokens. I'm merely giving you my thoughts and how I am thinking about this situation right now. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe. And if you want more of these kind of videos in the future, make sure to let me know down in the comment section. Now let's jump over to my latest trading video. And for some reason, YouTube did not send out notifications for that video, but I will link it in the middle of this video right now, and I will see you right there.